listening to an audio article by the Common Constitutionalist. Today's article is entitled, Civility Has Left the Building. So is this the way it's going to go? For months, we on the right have been bemoaning the rhetoric and violence of the left. For months, right-wing media has pointed out the outrageous behavior of leftist politicians like Maxine Waters for encouraging and inciting violence. We've endlessly illustrated her now infamous screech-fest recorded in late June 2018, in which she said, quote, "If you see anybody from the cabinet, in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd and you push back on them," unquote. This, we on the right claim, is utterly unacceptable behavior in a civilized society, and we're correct. It is utterly unacceptable behavior. But they did what old Maxine asked of them. Mobs formed to confront conservatives and Republicans. And sorry to Brooke Baldwin of CNN for using the M word. Recall she said, quote, "Oh, you're not going to use the mob word," unquote, in reaction to fellow leftist and Daily Beast senior columnist Matt Lewis's description of Ted Cruz being chased out of a restaurant. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and other radical leftist communist gangs took to the streets to terrorize citizens with their expletive-laden rants, destroying property and vehicles while leftist city leaders stood by and allowed it. Still other anarchist radicals verbally attacked a woman whose husband died in the 9/11 attack, and they rejoiced at the news of her husband's death. And all the while we shake our heads in disbelief and disappointment at the coarsening of our society, all caused by leftist radicals. But we can't sink to their level. Oops, too late, as some just did. So now what do? Now that a mob on the right has acted in the same manner. Democrat House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi was at a campaign stop in Miami, Florida recently. Heading down the hallway to the entrance of a local restaurant, Pelosi and her entourage came face to face with a mob of Cuban Trump supporters holding anti-communist signs. They began by screaming that Pelosi was an effing communist and F you and your effing Democrats. One man said, quote, "Look at Nancy Pelosi right here. Look at this piece of blank right here." And now, from a purely political standpoint, these idiots in Miami have just nullified our entire argument that those on the left are the unhinged ones. With this one sad and pathetic incident, these fools have wiped away any political and moral high ground the right had. Now when we bring up Antifa or Black Lives Matter or whomever, they only have to point to this one incident to nullify our point. So thanks for that, you morons. Now some on the right may say, well, it's about time they got a taste of their own medicine. Well, you might if you recently had a lobotomy. This is never right and it is never called for. It served no purpose other than to hand the left the ammunition for the excuse they always unveil whenever possible, moral relativism. And it is also a perfect excuse for the leftist radicals to further ramp up their already unhinged behavior. So this is an opportunity for President Trump, the statesman, the uniter, to stand up and cry foul. He should say that sure, he messes with the left, calls them fake news and liars, but this was uncalled for. This is not the way the Republicans act. Thank you for listening.